So let's change it.
Let me bring you to more contemporary events. It would appear as if, as we approach the elections, currently you're national chairman of the SDP, but it does appear as if there is now increasing focus on the battle to come for 2019. President Buhari has signaled that he wants a second term. There are others who are vehemently opposed to that second term and are preparing to present alternatives, one of which I assume is the SDP. Now,
it's legitimate in a democracy for every party to want to present the president of the country. So it's absolutely legitimate.
Now, why I bring that up is because there is an ongoing war against corruption.
Yes.
Which seems to be ongoing anyway, although it has its critics. But you, again, personally, were involved earlier.
In what?
In the battle against corruption. I remember you were invited to come and explain that there was some money you allegedly collected from the National Security Advisor and so on. How did that end?
Well, the whole thing was a huge error. I have not met the National Security Advisor for 30 years. For 30 years. The last time I saw him was in 1986-87, when he was the work with General Babangida. So when I heard it, I thought the whole thing was a huge joke. Until as you said, I was invited. So I went there, I said, what's going on? They said some money, 100 million, was paid into my account. I said, yes, it was paid by the PDP, with which we had an electoral alliance, evidenced by the exchange of letters which I produced. The chairman board of trustees of PDP, Chief Aneni, came to this house and said, since my party SDP had no presidential candidate at that time, could we please support their own candidate, President Jonathan? And I said, no. You people have not done well. I said, one, you must publicly renounce corruption. You are not fighting Boko Haram the way it should be fought. 3, unemployment is growing by the day. 4, Nigeria must be restructured for better unity and progress. And 5, I gave 5 or 6 conditions. That's it, particularly corruption and Boko Haram and restructuring. And he said he accepted all those conditions. After he left, I wrote to him to confirm. As a retired civil servant, you don't just talk and go. I wrote an email.
So you have a record?
Oh, yes, of course. That's what I had to show the people who thought. So I wrote to him, and he replied. So I took these 2 letters to the people. I said, look, there is a relation between PDP and SDP. There is not a contract. I don't do contract. I'm a farmer. And that after we exchanged these letters, I called a meeting of my party, presented the matter to them. They said, okay, since they had accepted our conditions, we should support their candidate. Somebody said, what about General Buhari? I said, he has not approached us. They said, okay, let's wait and see whether an approach will be made. And we waited for about a week. No approach was made, and so the SDP went on television and appealed to all its members nationwide to vote for the candidate of the PDP, as agreed in our exchange of letters. In those letters, there was no reference to money at all. But Chief Aneni phoned me and said, look, you will need some money to mobilize
people
to go vote and all that. I said, okay. He said I should send my details. So I sent my details. I have no clue what he was going to send. So when the money, the money didn't come for a long time. And the election was about a few days away. So my people said, look, if I'm going to do anything at all, I must help them raise money to do this thing. If they eventually send money, okay. So I was able to raise money for the party, the way I've been doing for the past 5-6 years. Then a few days to the election, the 100 million came. Ordinarily, I should just take it to I returned to those who advanced. But I still sent 76 million to the party. In total, I sent 176 million into the account of my party, which I showed to the EFCC. They sent us 100 million, I sent 176 million. In any case, the money is not government money at all. It's party to party. 2 letters evidencing that there was a legitimate relationship between the 2 parties. The money was sent through me as the chairman
to the party.
And it went to the party. More than what was sent went to the party. So you now see, as I said, the whole thing, and I made the point that when General Buhari was contesting earlier on, and at that time I was supporting him, we raised some money to support his campaign. It's legitimate. In any case, it's not government money. So we should not have been caught at all. That's my view. It is not every money that comes from that is the subject of investigation. So it was PDP, and Chief Aneni also sent an email to confirm that the money came from the party. So it puts it beyond any doubt whatsoever. Those who know me, I told them I'm embarrassed. Those who know me know that I will not take money from any person. I was secretary to the government, I was Minister of Finance. All my life, I've maintained my integrity.
Bank MD.
I'm MD of the bank. So what have I got to do? If we're going to ask for money for the campaign, we will be asking for several hundreds of millions, because presidential campaign takes billions. But they volunteered to send that amount, and we sent it to the party, and it was sent to these various branches of the party as evidence in their bank account of the party. I'm not talking of what happened. Contained the bank account.
Now, again, I have to...
But nobody has thought if you to apologize since then.
Even the FCC?
Nobody. Nigerians, they don't apologize to you. If you make a mistake, you don't apologize.
The SDP, of course, in the run-up to this election,
yes,
visited General Babangida,
yes,
and the news report had it that, in fact, he is a patron of the SDP because he publicly voiced his support, yes, for the party.
I even said that if he were a younger man,
he would have joined
the vanguard of the party.
He would have joined the youth vanguard of the party.
Vanguard of the party.
I raised that because, of course, once that happened, there were those who said, this relationship between General Babangida and the SDP, shouldn't the party take a dim view of this, considering that the last time the SDP presented a presidential candidate for the election, it was General Babangida who annulled that election, which the SDP was said to have won. Has that ever crossed your mind?
Yes, it did. Not just that, the same government banned the party. Not just and only in the election of Abiola. The party that delivered them was banned. Yeah.
So
that's
you're going back.
That's
you're going back.
To what?
To him.
Yes.
The party is going back to him. So people are wondering, could it have been that at that time there was an understanding? It's just that most members of the public didn't get
50 years ago. No. That would be... No. It's just that, look, when in politics, you don't have any permanent friends or permanent enemies, permanent interest. Our interest now is to offer Nigeria an alternative platform. And whoever can help you to get that platform accepted, you approach that person. It does not matter what he used to be in the past. General Babangida has many friends, and among a good number of his friends are in the SDP. And so when we went to him, he promised to even encourage more friends to join us. So whoever can help you, you go to him for help.
Now, having said that, now let's come to the politics itself. I earlier alluded to the issue of General Buhari wanting a second term and some people being vehemently opposed. One of those who is vehemently opposed and has not hidden his opposition is General Obasanjo.
Yes.
A couple of days ago, yes, he was in Akure,
yes,
to see Afenifere.
To see the leader of Afenifere.
Yes.
Yes.
I know you're a top leader in Afenifere,
So
but you were not in that. You were not at that meeting,
No, I was in Oka.
which presupposes you weren't aware that that meeting was going to take place. It was a surprise.
I heard about it after I left Akure. I was aware after I left Akure.
There are those who said he came to ask for Afenifere's support.
I don't know what he came for because I was not present.
So you haven't been briefed.
That's not for me to tell you. Now,
No, because the reason why I asked,
don't forget. Okay, there was my understanding is that he just came to see Papa, to let Papa know that he regards him as his father, has respect for him. He's passing by here. It will not be right for him not to call to say hello to Papa. There wasn't much more to it than that. Recollect that I myself visited him.
yes, that was going to be my next point.
Some time ago.
So maybe this was a return visit.
He didn't come to visit me, so it could not have been a return visit. It was I that went, but it was Papa he came to see. That's a different, it's not a return visit. Now, people ask me, so why you contested with him in 1999? You cry foul that he stole your election. Why now did you go? Again, no permanent enemy, no permanent friend, permanent interest. I went to see him because he's advocating for change, particularly a change in the security situation. As you said earlier, I've been a victim of this deteriorating security. It was by the grace of God that I'm still alive. For 4 days, I was in the jungle sleeping rough. I was macheted. You can see the scars on my body. I bear the scars of him on my body, on my psyche. For 4 days, I was lying on the floor and 6 youths with guns in the hands threatening to shoot me throughout the day and night. But for the grace of God, I could have lost my mind. So it was not a small matter for me. And at my age, I was 77 years at the time. So when I saw somebody of his importance advocating for a change in the situation that, if not remove, but reduce that kind of threat to the nation, I thought I should see him, to encourage him, so that we can have a better and safer country.